Buggies. What's the best loadout for this? Probably as many of the four of these if you can carry them, and then a couple of these just to have. Maybe one or two of them. I'd probably only carry a couple of these. Let's see how much better these are. 35, Vice. They're both 35. Yeah, they're like basically the same. Or no, this one. What am I? Which one is the 73? Yeah, this is the one that's kind of garbage, the 73. Damn, this has three different kinds of missiles. I didn't realize that. I thought it was just the. Yeah, we got a lot of playing around with this to do. Yeah, Huggies will give it to you. They've got way more experience with this plane than I do, especially with the missiles. These are the only missiles I haven't got to yet is the Russian ones, and I am so close. Yeah, Russian bias is kind of a thing, but um, you cannot create. These guys have been flying these planes for years. Yeah, I was doing some X-ray stuff too. At least when we do this as a group, we definitely can't be in a rush, right? We're all kind of doing our own thing, which is fine. Stops the egg, and as plane goes on, it's not gonna make it. Hey, all of it will. The more information you have, the more effective you can be. And every day we learn a little bit more and we get a little bit better, practice a new tactic. It's just how it goes, man. There's a lot to this game. If you can even really call it a game, it is very much a war simulation, about as real as you can get without going full bore like DCS. You know what I mean? I'll constantly throw that in there. DCS is superior, but that's full go, man. That's full on sim. And even in sim mode in this game, you still don't get quite as full on as that is. That is a deep game. Yeah, that's not a game at all. I'm pretty sure they use DCS now to train with. Oddly enough, I do better in the 33 than the Mark II. That's interesting. Yeah, with no Fox 3s, that is crazy. But you've got practice in it. You've been flying it for a while, so that Su-30, the Mark II, especially, those are the two planes I was comparing earlier. I was kind of talking about people that are jumping into it. We're kind of expecting it to be not as good, but it is just different enough if you're used to the 33 that yeah, it probably is a little weird. Because of that, you got those Fox 3s. Every all your ranges are different now. You're used to a certain sight picture. Now it's all different. But I'm telling you, man, somebody needs to come up with a user skin for that Mark II so that it just looks like a giant silver lion. They need to just put the silver lion logo right on its back. It already kind of does. I say that every day. All the little things about it that aren't realistic, I'm pretty sure that's why I love the game is because of that. It's just not realistic enough to it scrubs all the stuff that's not fun about flying out and leaves all the fun stuff in. No weather, no weight and balance. We don't really have to. I mean, you do have to worry about fuel, but just the weight, not necessarily fuel burn a little bit. Actually, fuel, yeah, you still got to pay attention to your fuel in this game. Because it's a thing, right? If you're on fire, get that throttle to zero. That fire will go out quicker. Little things like that about this game. That's awesome. I remember the first time I thought that, I went right through my fire procedure. All right, kick the rudder, throw it in, get the throttle out. Fire went right out. All right, we're good to go. I was like, this is awesome. That's sweet. And the universe won't care. Where's everybody at? There we go. Oh, I love that. That looks so cool. And again, I do, guys. And I've been doing it a lot today. I'm breaking my own advice. Try not to ride your afterburner into battle. Don't ride that lightning. And try not to just dive right to the ground and ride it in. Because altitude is energy. Energy is maneuverability. And maneuverability is survivability, all right? So altitude is key in having energy to burn, to be defensive. So you want to get some altitude, if anything, just to dump it, to dodge some missiles. If you're already on the ground, your only option at that point is to multipath. At least if you're up, now we can try and notch. Okay, notching isn't working. Let's dump some altitude. All right, that's not working. Your last option should be multipathing. You've got all this chaff, all this flares. You should have enough speed. Take advantage of all that stuff, which we're not doing. Whoa, buddy, what are you doing? Then another year. Mr. Fall's getting too close. I see him up there, but I can't. Oh, I fucked that up. I tried to pull out at the wrong moment. That's another point where if I had a rudder, that would have been much tighter. That sucks. All right. We're getting there. I'm focusing up, but damn it, I was in a really bad spot. Kill this fool, please, Sicario. I actually have been flying this plane for a while. I'm probably getting kind of cooked in it. We had some really good games, and I've been falling off ever since. Maybe I need to jump in a Mirage. And blow out candles. Good day, everybody. Welcome in. I don't even think I've run down the list yet, but yeah, exactly. That's very true. That's one reason that I don't want to play DCS consistently because it will do that. I know it will. Just the stress of, even refueling or landing on the carrier will do it. Especially if you do that shit every day. Yeah, that's absolutely a real thing. When I first started playing this game, I had to come back because I started having some really weird dreams where, completely disoriented and you get in some of those turn fights and oh man, yeah, I had to throttle back a lot at first. That's funny you brought that up because yeah, man, it was crazy. Because I hadn't done that even with my mind in years, so even just thinking through the fights afterwards, it's like, oh wow, oh, holy cow. There you go. That's a good way to put it, man. It was an educated wish. I don't need true realism. Yeah, no shit, right? I've said that before. This game is more of a jump scare than any of the ones you guys could pity me with. Especially in ground. Oh my god, pretty much every time I die in ground is like, oh, oh, where'd that come from? Holy cow, where was that? There's Violet. What's up? I didn't realize that was you. God, I hate it when everybody has the same color names. And I feel like this thing changes it on me sometimes. Like I know you guys can do it too, but I think that this thing changes it on me sometimes. And how about that guy trying to tell us what we wanted, When it comes to the realism, that is a pretty fine line. Random breakdowns and that fixing that's disabled engine take hour. Yeah, no shit, right? God, the man hours. And what's going on, Violet? Good day. Good to see you. Like I said, Violet's gonna stick. I like that. User colors will rotate only prime turbo. Interesting. See, this stuff is all still so new, every little bit of it. There was one point where one of you guys changed, the color changed, and I started calling you by they literally swapped, so I was calling. Sometimes when you're just glancing up at it, especially once a conversation is going, that's funny. Got to keep us on your toes. They try and troll us at every turn, don't they? So the names are different colors whether you're the streamer or the viewer. Yeah, exactly. It's crazy. It's really weird, and it could just be me. I don't know, but I would swear that during the stream sometimes it changes. Maybe it has something to do with your level of conversation. I don't know. And I could just be making it up. I mean, shit. These colors are flipping by fast here. That we could get. I ain't gonna call up. You can get mad if you want to. Classic. My way. I am running better, but I don't think I'm doing it the way you might be asking me that I am. Like I've got the emotes and I'm set up on there and on the 7 one, what is it, 7 TTV or whatever. But I don't get the auto. Maybe I am getting it. They don't automatically go like the drops. They don't like automatic. I still have to go in and claim them, but there's a lot of times where I'll just be browsing through, watching people, and then I'll come back and have all these drops that I didn't even know I was earning. I mean, I still have to connect the game and then go in and claim them, but yeah, it just automatically. So maybe it is doing that because that's what you're kind of getting at, right? Doesn't it do stuff with and obviously with the characters, yeah, it'll change user colors and add contrast. So yeah, I'm probably not running it the way you're thinking. The whole team spelt out the N word in my game. Oh, that's messed up. I don't see a lot of that anymore. I was just talking about that. How I try not to really pay attention to game chat, and it used to be a lot of racist stuff. And I think a lot of it was joking, oh, ha ha, I'm gonna take out your country, screw that country, I'm gonna blah blah blah. But then I saw some things where like team killing was going on just because somebody was flying a certain country. That's no bueno. And to do something like that in game chat is kind of appalling, really. Who does that? Why are people so eager to be banned from this game? I think Titan stepped out, but here you go, man. Like I said, the music is always all over the place, which is great. You got to keep those mood swings going. Pretty sure that's a plane. It could be a bot, but could also be a missile that's moving very oddly. Excuse me. Sorry about that, guys. What the hell is that? That's got to be a missile. It is. Fuck. What the hell is everybody? How did I end up so far over here? It's shooting. Let's see what this teammate does. Seriously? Where where'd the Su-30 go that's right in front of me?